dug in a little closer, she didn't have tunnel vision. She didn't have blurring on the sides. And I think you said you didn't have night sweats,
No.
right? You didn't have night sweats. So we're looking at a couple adjacent symptoms. Go, oh, wait a second. The fishing eye syndrome, is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Because you're fishing out the mucus that
right, right. Yeah. So, okay, so then it's mucus. So then, okay, we're probably in a different germ layer. So then we found out it is likely a separation conflict, which is a slightly different conflict theme. It's not necessarily there's a predator breathing down my neck. There still can be that presence there because we've went to several situations like this, but it's a visual separation conflict. It's something I don't want to see, but I can't separate from. And that could be a person or a thing, and it can go on either side. It's either I want to eliminate something that I can't, I don't I want to separate from something that I am seeing, but I can't, or I want to see something or someone, but I can't. And based on our history, at least going through some of your history, it's more likely that it's the wanting to separate and not see something, right? So we went to a couple places that may have been that original DHS. What's the criteria for DHS? Acute, overwhelmed, and isolation, a sense of isolation, even if it's just emotional isolation. And we found one around homework, right? So dad being there, and it's like this pressure. Okay, maybe it's I don't want to see the homework, right? I want to separate from this, but I'm kind of forced to like, okay, focus here, look at this, do the thing. And then you had one with a teacher as well. Can you
yeah, in
share more about
kindergarten.
that one? Yeah, could you share more about that?
Yeah, so essentially friends in kindergarten, uh I had a really negative experience. It felt, profound for me in the moment. Essentially I had this kindergarten teacher where it too was a cloudy day, which kind of just perked my memory because in 10th grade it was a cloudy day when this whole thing happened.
I wonder if you notice that, if it acts up on cloudy days. I don't
It
know if you've
it
tracked that.
it does. Yeah, I've
So
tracked,
cloudy days, everyone, cloudy days is a track.
but it's not super consistent. It also happens on sunny days and it's not every cloudy day,
Mm,
but I could at times honestly like be a weather forecaster because my eyes will I kind of know if the next day is going to be cloudy sometimes.
mm,
But so essentially in kindergarten, um, my teacher at the time had said we had, I don't even know if it was math in front of us. I don't know what it was we were doing, but she was going around the class and seeing who was got the answer right, whatever we had on the paper. And I remember her walking around the classroom and I was sort of just like tense, not sure if like what I had on my paper was right or wrong. She got to the guy on my left and tapped him on the head. And essentially, she was tapping people on the head if they got the answer wrong. And so
mm,
she tapped the guy next to me, so I knew he got the answer wrong. And
mm-hmm,
then I remember she was behind us, as you were
mm-hmm,
kind of bringing up. She was behind me, and I was just kind of like, is it right? Is it wrong? Is it? And
mm-hmm,
then she hit me on the head. And it was sort of just, I don't remember really wanting to cry in that moment, but I remember feeling the weight of her behind me and the
mm-hmm,
uncertainty and
mm-hmm,
the embarrassment, but also humility at such a young age that, like, okay, now the whole classroom knows I got the answer wrong. And
mm-hmm,
it
yeah,
wasn't like I was the only one. She
right.
literally went around the classroom, but I don't remember who else got the answer wrong past me.
Okay, so it was still isolating.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how much it
So what I
felt.
see here is maybe there was a DHS here and it was a different DHS than the fear from behind because I don't think you have those symptoms.
Okay.
And it's unlikely that it would be conflict active and not go into a hanging healing because again, we don't get the symptoms until we start to partially resolve. So it's very unlikely that since then, up until now, it's just been conflict active. So, what I would say is I think that moment either it hit a different DHS, could be self-evaluation, or because we talked about that, right, with the neck,
Yep.
or it could have been part of the priming that said, I don't want to be seen.
Uh-huh.
right?
Yes.
Because it's like, what a way to be seen. Hey, everyone, look, she's wrong.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and it seems like that theme is
Yes.
part of like the homework situation too, wanting to separate that because of how I'm being seen, or if you see me as doing it wrong, or there's something wrong with me, or I'm not good enough, right?
Right.
These kinds of things.
Yeah. Yeah, that all makes sense for sure.
And this is just how, I can't say exactly what happened unless we looked at your brain and did a brain scan, but our conflict themes, if we start to really understand them, we'll see how they reinforce one another. We'll see how the self-devaluation keeps separation conflicts going. So if I'm in, let's say, a relationship and there's a gray zone and there's a push-pull and I don't want to be seen, but I have trouble saying no, then every time I say yes when it's a no, I'll also devalue myself. So I'll
Yeah.
I'll activate the separation conflict, but then my neck will tighten up, right? And so we see how they kind of reinforce, which the good news is sometimes, not always, but when we solve one, we'll actually solve the other because of how they reinforce each other. They also can undo each other,
Mm.
right? So let's work today. We're going to do some inquiry and we're going to work with the separation conflict of the eye because it's the most, just seems right, it's the most bothersome for you.
Yeah, it's just gross and inconsistent and annoying. It's just all those things. I mean,
Hmm.
it's not painful like my neck, but it's still just I feel helpless with the eyes.
Hmm. Yeah.
At least I know I could do certain exercises for my neck, you know.
Hmm. And remind me again, when did the first symptoms of the eye mucus begin?
In 10th grade, so I was
10th
16,
grade. Okay, 10th grade. Interesting. So that
which
would
is
mean, go ahead.
when I had said in the email I started to become a better student.
Ah.
But then 11th grade, I was very in and out of being a good student. 12th grade, I was very in and out of being a good student.
Hmm.
University, I mostly excelled.
Hmm.
And then, ironically, the day after graduating from university, I got mono, which I think is due to my years of, uh,
What were the exact symptoms of the mono?
oh God. I, it felt like I was swallowing shards of glass. Like
Hmm.
it was horrific. I lost 20 pounds in 2 months.
And this is after you left university?
It was after the day after graduation.
Yeah. So it
Um,
sounds like there's a lot of DHSs and
yeah.
connected to school
Yep.
and school homeworks that all of this are tracks keeping
Yeah.
it alive. As soon as you leave the school, you solve the conflict because you're never going to go back to school once you're done. So
Right.
it's like, oh, I'm never going to do that again. Conflict solved. So now it's that moment is telling you how you perceived a lot of what happened in school, which one of them is this is a scare fright.
Hmm.
So it's like just a very scary experience that will hit the throat. Not necessarily a death fright, but like what's called a scare fright.
Yeah.
Or it could be a morsel conflict. I couldn't swallow something or I couldn't get the morsel out. So it just depends if you had
Right.
night sweats. Did you have night sweats?
No,
Okay.
not that I remember. I mean, I think I had a fever inconsistently, but
Mm-hmm.
my mono also had gone misdiagnosed. So I was on
Mm-hmm.
like stupid antibiotics that weren't working because nobody tested me for mono. I found out like a year later I had mono.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, in the GNM lens, we just look at every symptom.
Right.
And when because very often, like you just experienced, we have multiple symptoms. They just so happen to all resolve at once.
Hmm.
So then they all come together, and people go, oh, well, these ones together is this one thing, but it's not. It's more complex than that. It's no, I solved scare fright. What else was there? Probably a lot of fatigue.
Oh yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
did sleep and not I couldn't eat. I was,
Is there any body pain?
I don't recall that. I just honestly like there was a moment I thought I was dying. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
so intense.
Mm-hmm.
But um, you know, I came out of that one obviously. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we could save that one for
Yeah.
another time just to understand it. But
Yeah.
it's just fascinating because this is now bringing more together around school,
Yeah.
performing, getting it right, not wanting to be seen as maybe getting it wrong, maybe, guilt, shame, judgment around that. And then we will carry that into our current relationships. And as long as we still carry it, we will keep poking the original conflict and create these tracks and what are called extended tracks. And essentially, you'll resolve when there's no more tracks, which means there
Right.
needs to be a shift in the identity that says it's dangerous for me to be seen, or I'm not allowed to separate from something or someone for some reason, right? So either side have to be okay. If I can't separate from them, it's not threatening to me. I can totally be myself. I can totally be honest because this is just what being unconflicted looks like. Or I can fully separate and I'm not harboring, guilt, rumination, all these things. So it's that, again, that feeling like you have a choice.
Hmm.
Okay. Is this all making sense to everyone watching? Right? Because with all conflict, we convince ourselves we have no other choice. So if I'm in a conflict with someone, it'll feel like I have to do this. Like my life depends on it. I have no other choice. And it might be subtle, but that's element of not having a choice is always there. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's try this. So go inward and we might keep that scene, that homework scene. I think that's a good scene, but let's just see if there's anything else that wants to come through. Not that it has to, but we're just looking for a moment. It's like, I really don't want to be seen in this. There's isolation, emotional or physical. There's overwhelm. It's sudden, takes you off guard. It's like, I don't want to be seen here. I don't want people to see me. Or there's some person or thing that I just don't want to see, but I can't kind of get away. And just see again, before the symptoms started, what comes up.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I I'm trying to think of or find something that is super potent.
Doesn't have to be super potent now, but just see just what comes, like what memories have that kind of tone. I don't want to be seen, but I can't separate from the people seeing me this way.
Yeah, possibly, you know, I always hated when teachers would call on a student whose hand wasn't up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess that could almost be like a caught off guard thing
Mm-hmm.
in the educational system with certain teachers or certain classes. I can't say a particular one is standing out, but just that feeling of like, am I going to be picked?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if so, is what I say going to be right or wrong?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so with
Which
that, it's like that's another, it's a form of being right or wrong. Do I know enough? But then it's also, I will be seen by the whole
mm-hmm.
class and the teacher.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this sounds very familiar and or very similar to your experience with your dad and the tutor in the
Yeah,
sense that am I gonna be seen as getting it right or wrong in front of these people, like similar
right,
to a classroom,
right,
right?
right. Yeah.
So out of those two, which one feels like it has more energy on it, especially for that little girl? Like what felt more intense?
I feel like the tutor, like I couldn't stand her.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, it's like she would slap her hand on the table if I got something wrong,
Mm.
or like hit my hand
Hmm.
with the pencil she had in her hand. Just,
Mm.
I mean, my dad would get frustrated too, but it just had a different, it, I knew he loved me, I loved him, and with the tutor I had, I remember my mom had to talk, I think, to the administration, because she was like, I don't want my daughter learning from this person. She doesn't treat
Mm.
my daughter right?
Hmm.
And I can't remember if my mom spoke to my kindergarten teacher, um, for the tapping on the head kind of situation.
Hmm.
But
Okay, so let's work with that.
yeah,
Because that can be, the smacking, hitting the hand on the desk. That those can be DHSs just just in of itself. And what it sounds like happened is the tracks have literally kept it alive ever since. See, this is a case where it's like the original DHS doesn't have to be this like life altering, super intense thing.
right.
It could be something that happens, but then it just keeps reoccurring for so long that then the healing phase can be intense, not because of the intensity, but because of the duration. And we look at those two duration over time, longer the conflict active phase, typically longer the healing phase.
Mm.
Right. So let's stay in that scene. So it could be in that scene with the tutor.
Yep.
And just imagine, just zoom in, freeze a frame. What we're doing right now is called mining. We're just mining out that moment of shock and just see if you could find one moment of shock with her. What would the scene be?
I I feel like I'm just seeing pluses and minuses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, obviously math. We're at a table. I remember
Mm-hmm.
I remember the room. We're at one of those like wooden round tables, just the two of us. She's on my left, specifically a number two pencil. Um,
What did she say or do? What was the one moment where it was like
she
caught you
like,
off guard?
yeah, I mean, she just, hits my hands with my left hand with the pencil that was in her right hand,
Mm-hmm.
and then, you know, slapped the table out of frustration with her right hand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember if she was like, how are you not getting this? Or like, are you paying
Mm-hmm.
attention? Just something around that.
Something that might have seemed like degrading almost.
Yeah, it was like no matter how many different ways she tried to explain to me the equation or how whatever. I don't know if we were doing addition. I doubt we were doing addition, but we were probably
Mm-hmm.
doing subtraction. Um, no matter how many different ways she tried to explain it or
Mm-hmm.
angles, it just wasn't working. And
Mm-hmm.
that's also what would frustrate my dad is like
Mm-hmm.
no matter how patient he was with me or how many different angles he had, um, I mean, like you would just get frustrated. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I used to be a teacher at one point, ironically, but I was always trying to be a different version
Mm-hmm.
than the tutor or my kindergarten teacher. But yeah, just that's really all. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
the
Well,
smell
let's
of
work
the
with that. That's
classroom.
mm-hmm.
I could.
Well, let's work with the moment where she kind of hits you. There's the caught off guard, but then
Yep.
the comment as well is,
Yeah.
these two things combined, it's like could definitely be the DHS. So let's just work with that. So be in that scene. She smacks you. She says what she says. I don't know exactly. I don't know if you remember exactly what she says either, but just see what comes first impression. There's what she says, But what did you hear in that moment?
That I'm stupid,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm just gonna breathe. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
That I'm not smart enough.
Mhm.
And I'll never be good at X, like whether that's
Mm-hmm.
math or, you know, um, and I almost feel like I'm trying to recall if, I mean, I must, yeah, I definitely told my mom or my parents because they did something about it, but
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like there was a part of me that was like, can I share this? Like,
Mm.
because here's a teacher who holds, or a tutor, whatever, who
Mm-hmm.
holds authority, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like, my parents are so loving, but it's like, what can they really do? Like, can they get this
Mm-hmm.
person fired? Or
Yeah.
like, is this person going to lose their job because of me? Or like the whole, can I use my voice
Mm-hmm.
in the way that I would want to?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I have like toilet paper here.
Oh, good. You're prepared.
Um, yeah, today I'm prepared. Um,
But see, this is going to contribute to the isolation aspect because it's like maybe my first impression is I can't do anything about this. Like, that's like I
right,
can't separate, right? Like,
right,
what can I do? I don't have power. I can't change this. So it is that feeling of, even if it's temporary, it's enough for the DHS to go, yeah, I'm stuck. I can't get out. Like,
right.
maybe there is no way out. That's isolation.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Even
Um,
if we know there is one, if it doesn't feel like it, that's what the body's responding to.
yeah, it's kind of like I always kind of felt misunderstood,
Hmm.
which is isolating. Like I even remember my first grade teacher who I liked. Oh, this actually another memory just came up, and I often forget about this one. But in elementary school, oftentimes,
Which again happens with separation conflicts. We have memory loss, but
yeah,
continue.
yeah. Uh, Oftentimes in elementary school, the bathrooms are in the classroom, right?
Mm.
Um, and I remember now this is first grade. I liked the teacher. We were doing math. Oh my God, this is crazy. And I literally raised my hand so I could go to the bathroom because I didn't want to deal with the math we were doing
Hmm.
in class.
Hmm.
And I removed myself. I don't even think I had to go to the bathroom.
Hmm.
But what's funny is the bathroom's in the classroom. It's not like I'm going
Hmm.
anywhere far. And
Hmm.
literally the teacher was like, Marguerite, are you going to come out of the bathroom now? Like it was kind of like, you need to just
Hmm.
get back out here, But
Yeah, you couldn't separate.
yeah, I removed myself from the situation. And that memory comes to me very rarely, and I'm glad it
Hmm.
obviously just came up in this. But I think because I liked the teacher, it was kind of
Hmm.
this like duality of like, I like her. Oh shit, but she did call me out. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
while I was in the bathroom
But
trying to
let's look at the
save
elements of
this.
that one too, whether that or the other is an original DHS. They have the same components. So it's like you took yourself into a bathroom. So it's physical isolation, right?
Yeah,
Um, you weren't totally honest with them why you were doing it. So that's emotional isolation. I'm going to
right.
withhold something that I'm afraid of and not share. I'm going to keep it from you. It's emotional isolation.
Yeah.
Her calling you back in could be just enough to be, oh, I'm caught off guard and now I'm a bit overwhelmed. Even if
Right.
it's not overly intense. It's completely fits either an original DHS or now an extended track. And why would it be for everyone watching? Why would it be an extended track? Because it's connected to the original DHS and what was present there. Math was present, a teacher was present. So now a bathroom could become a track, right? Because you went and escaped in the bathroom and had this secondary kind of imprint in that moment. So it's possible. This is how secondary or extended tracks now get associated. So boom, I kind of relive it, but now it was present in that reliving a bathroom that wasn't in the original scene. So do you see
Right.
how over time, until we get to the root of it, we can create so many tracks unconsciously that kind of we're just kind of going in and out of healing all the time and we don't know why. Even if our life is good now, the extended tracks can keep it just subtly in the background.
Right.
Right? So let's get to the root. Okay, so be in that scene. Let's start with that original scene with the actually I'll ask you, out of those two scenes, which one is more intense? Which one has more energy on it? And I want you to refer to how it feels. So you imagine each scene, which one feels more charged?
So you mean between the
With the
kindergarten
tutor?
and the first grade?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
They're the same. We could flip a coin, doesn't matter. But I just want to see if, and why I'm doing this for everyone watching this is the somatic part of inquiry. I'm following that which has the most emotion on it because that's going to give us a clearest image into the psyche. We're just reverse engineering.
Okay, I'm gonna go with I feel like I'm on a game show. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with kindergarten for
I'm gonna
2000.
go with door number two.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do kindergarten or first grade. I think I'm honestly, I don't know at what age I was at with that tutor. It could have been first grade,
Hmm.
could have been second. I'm not sure, but since I think that one feels the most intense because it was a person right next to me and she was very
Tutor.
angry and frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's use that.
Okay.
So be in that scene. Notice what she says and does, but now come back to what you hear. And I'm just gonna mirror some of what I heard back, and you tell me what feels most true in that moment. What has most energy on it? Is it I'm stupid? I can never get it right. I'm not good enough.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, I'm stupid. Okay, so be in that scene. I'm stupid. Now, who do you become, especially as a little girl, when you believe you're stupid? What are the behaviors? What do you do? How do you act when you believe you're stupid?
I shut down.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't use my voice.
Hmm.
I, yeah, I could freeze, you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
my nervous system. And yeah,
Hmm.
uh, I still do this, but I don't know if you could all see my hands, but
Hmm.
I do this a lot, or I did
Hmm.
it more when I was
Hmm.
young. And I'll still catch myself doing it, but I wouldn't
Hmm.
say it's when my nervous system like I could just sit in a car and just be like I don't know, this is just
Hmm.
comfortable for me. But I remember my first grade teacher um, bringing it up to my mom and being
Hmm.
like, "Your daughter like
Hmm.
does this a lot." And I remember my mom asking me about it. She was like, "Why do you do that?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Like clearly it's how my body responds to something, but
Hmm.
can't it also just be like I'm comfortable like this, like versus
Yeah, it could be. We just have to look
like
at the moment and
this?
see
Yeah,
if there's anxiety present. It's probably a
right.
way of coping or like bracing for impact. And if it's not, then it's yeah, just could just be
Yeah.
comfortable. Right.
Um,
But let's stay in the scene. So again, so be in that scene, you see what
right.
she does, and at no choice of your own, because this is something that's laid down previous, we can't interpret something that we don't already have an understanding of. So at that age, there was already an understanding of what a smart person is and what a dumb or stupid person is.
Mhm.
And at lightning speed, with no choice of your own, it's not like you had a menu and you said, what would I like this to make this mean? I'm good. I have a different way of learning. Oh, yeah, I'll choose that. No, it's just an instant, unconscious assumption. This must mean I'm stupid,
Right.
right? And then now there's a behavior change. Who do I become when I believe I'm stupid? I close down. I don't use my voice. I close off. Now, obviously, that's going to make it even harder to learn. Yeah.
Yep.
So then notice anytime I'm in that state, I actually prove that belief right in the sense that I make it harder on myself to
Mhm.
actually learn because I'm shut down, I'm
Yeah.
closed off, I'm not using my voice. Anyone in that state is going to have trouble learning because we're just not present. We're in kind of a survival mode.
Right. Right.
And now later, you said you started to become a better student. I just want to look at the other side of it. Was there any like, okay, well, if not performing well means I'm stupid, then am I more motivated to perform well? Is there any part of me that's like, well, I don't want to feel that again, so I need to perform better. I need to get it right. Was there any like pressure later in life to get it right or avoid getting it wrong?
Um, Later in life to get it right. You mean when you say pressure, you mean from parents?
From yourself.
Oh, from myself. Um,
Hmm.
I think it was just like anybody. I just excelled in what I was interested in. And if I'm not interested in something, I literally do not give
Hmm.
a shit. Like,
Hmm.
um,
You and me both.
so it's yeah, I mean, I did sports maybe to
Hmm.
try and like prove something to myself or others, but um sorry, can you ask the question again?
We're just looking at, we want to make it really clear that DHS happens,
Yeah,
and then there's your senses sensing what's happening, and then it passes through perception. And then that's going to dictate where it hits your brain, what organs adapt, but even what behavior adapts, right? So if that filter was, I'm stupid, typically two things happen. If I believe it about myself, which back then we don't really have a choice because we're not aware of it, it's
right,
more of like this felt just reaction. We do one of two things. We either prove it right or we have tried do everything we can do to avoid it ever happening again. So typically one of the two responses is, okay, now I have to become perfect, like
right.
perfectionism, something like this. I have to become the exceller. I have
Yeah,
to become the good student.
yes.
Or there's the, yeah, I'm just stupid. Why try? Close down. And now I literally keep, doing horrible on test scores. And then I just keep proving it right and creating more evidence. So I'm just looking at for you kind of
Right.
which path did you go down?
I would say more of the perfectionism,
Hmm.
um, uh, as it could relate to my physical body.
Mm. Hmm.
So, yeah, that started in fifth grade. I started to not like my body in fifth grade, or I
Hmm.
realized something with my body didn't seem like.
That's probably going to be something else.
Oh, okay, okay.
But
So,
let's just take it, just be in that scene. I'm stupid. We know because all the information is right in that scene. We know as soon as that turned on how you reacted in that moment, which was I shut down, I don't use my voice, I close,
right.
right? I get small maybe. look at just that moment and how familiar is that moving forward? In other words, how many times did that happen
Okay.
since that moment? And you don't have to give me an actual number. I'm just saying, look,
Yeah.
we're looking at this moment and we're coming up to the present and we're just acknowledging because the symptoms still on right now tell me that you'll still carry that belief about yourself on some level. And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be seen in that.
Right.
So, what has that been like to live from that place when it turns on? Because obviously it's not all the time.
Yeah, I mean it's inconsistent. It's
Hmm.
definitely happened in every grade, even in college, even um and it could happen, I guess now. I don't know that the intensity is the same,
Hmm.
but okay, I can relate it to now in a way of so there's certain times I might be posed with a question, right?
Hmm.
And I'll know that I know the answer. But I could literally get so kind of bombarded and frustrated with myself that the answer is lost somewhere
Hmm.
when I knew the answer for years.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's like I used to be, for example, an urban farmer and
Hmm.
did a lot with regenerative agriculture and all that. And I kind of left that world and now have my own business doing something else. And it's like if somebody comes to me with like a garden question now,
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, crazy. I'm fishing for the answer. It
Hmm.
with sometimes it'll come to me immediately,
Hmm.
or sometimes I'm like, I know the answer, just give me some time, it'll come to me.
Hmm.
Or sometimes I just need to like go on Google and be like, oh, that's
Hmm.
what it was, or like, or it'll come to me a week later and I'll be like, this
Hmm.
is it. So yeah, I mean that could relate to the fishing, trying
Hmm. Hmm.
trying to find
And
it.
and what I would say is like, let's look at the original DHS. It's like I didn't know the answer to the
Right,
math, right?
right.
It's like the translation of someone thinking I should know the answer, me not knowing the answer, was proof as a kid that I'm stupid,
Right.
right? And so that might not be your conscious dialogue right now, but
Yeah.
if it creates a kind of tension, right, of like, oh, I should know this, and I don't,
Yeah.
just that repetitive process is keeping the program alive. And
Yeah.
subtle implication is like, it's wrong or bad or I'm stupid if I don't have the answer. There's going to be a more of a right way and a wrong way kind of dynamic here, just like was in the
Yeah.
original with the
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and it's like sometimes because I do so much work with groups, but
Hmm.
I'm the teacher now
Hmm.
or the facilitator. I'll get bombarded with so many questions out of people's excitement for the experience.
Hmm.
They'll be
Hmm.
like, "Oh, what herb is good for this? What herb is good for that?"
Hmm.
And I'm just like, "Oh my God, like I'm being pulled in so many different directions." And like,
Hmm.
it's like when the answer, sometimes I'll just be able to answer it. It depends upon my headspace on that day or in that
Hmm.
moment. But sometimes it's just like, let me just like settle my nervous system and just
Hmm.
like,
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because again, back to the original DHS, I couldn't separate. And so
right,
this is also sounding like, okay, I'm in a situation where a lot is being asked of me. I don't have the right answer, but I can't fully separate. Do you actually say that in the moment as it's happening? Hey, pause, no more questions. I need to I need a break, or I need to take space, or I need to reflect. Like, does that happen in the moment as it's occurring? And is that because it's not about it happening, it's does it feel unconflicted? Is there no conflict in you? Meaning that we could feel, like the anxiety or the overwhelm. Does it feel, the only word I can use is like unconflicted to just essentially it's like a boundary to like fully separate. Say, yeah, I don't know right now. I need some space, and I can just walk away. Is that what you do, or is it more gray?
Due to the job, I can't actually walk away. What I will say,
Oh, that's an interesting one.
yeah, it's like I need to be there. It's a set time that I'm with X amount of
Hmm.
people.
So you can't tell them, hey, I need to just go for a quick
No,
walk. You guys
no,
hang
no,
out.
no, no,
Okay,
no.
well,
But
Marguerite, I want to tell you, yes, you can. There's no rule. There's no gun to your head. There's no
yeah,
law that's going to put you into prison. Okay, maybe the job, if you talk to someone and say, hey, there's times where I get really overwhelmed and I need to, just take a moment.
yeah,
I doubt someone's going to be like, you're fired. But just notice how quick it is. It's like, no, I can't do that. It's not allowed. Like, it's like I'm literally recreating a scenario where I can't separate. Like, I can't.
right, right.
I have no choice.
Yeah,
So it's not about you having to separate. It's not about like, okay, I need to separate from them. We want to get deeper than that, which is the cause of the overwhelm itself. Because the real resolution isn't just being knowing that you can separate if you choose to. That's part of it. It's what's previous to that. It's I can be put in a situation that seems to be overwhelming
yeah.
and I cannot be overwhelmed. I don't have that same reaction that causes the need to separate, right? So I'm not saying you have to separate and that's how you're going to resolve. I'm saying we need to figure out why in some moments it's like, okay, I'm getting overwhelmed and there's this urge to maybe separate or like take some space, but I can't.
Okay, something came up that I don't know if this is
Hmm.
helpful.
Hmm.
So, for example, one thing I've created is an herbal menu for these people to use as a resource so
Hmm.
that I don't get as bombarded with questions, right?
Hmm.
It's a way for me to preserve my wholeness and give people the one-on-one attention, you know,
Hmm.
in a balanced way, but also I also kind of did it to give them the answers,
Hmm.
you know? And so I'm wondering if there's this teacher student, tutor student relationship happening there where I'm like, I just gave you guys laminated menu of like all the herbs I brought and the answers. And like, you're not using the answers.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, you're not doing it right, and then like
you're
slap them on the wrist.
right. Like you're still not all groups, but like you're still being like, wait,
Hmm.
is this good with this,
Yeah,
or is this good for that? And I'm like, the answer is right in front of you. Like,
yeah.
so, maybe it kind of is parallel to in a minor way, how are you not getting this?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
I'm giving you the answers. How much easier could I make it for you?
Yeah. Well,
Um,
again, we have to recreate the DHS until it resolves. And sometimes we become the thing, that we resist when we have a context that says, let's say in this case, I'm stupid. Eventually, we have to put that onto other people. So consciously, you might not look at them and be like, you're stupid, but you might have a question like, why aren't you doing the thing that's so obvious? And
right,
the implication might be it's like you're stupid, you're not doing it right. Right.
right.
So we're going to put onto them what we put onto ourselves.
Uh-huh.
So let's go back to the original. So good to know. So now it's like, can you see the greater theme? Like that's the greater theme of like, I either get into situations where either I'm like I don't want to be seen, let's say being stupid, and then I'll shut down, or I'm in a situation and I can't separate from it, right? Like the teacher
Yeah,
or the tutor, or it's the well now I'm with people and I can't separate from them, and um, but the roles are kind of reversed, right?
right.
But again, roles only reverse from our own self-protection. So it's like I only will project someone onto project something onto someone else when I don't know how to resolve it. When I or if I've yet to resolve it. And the reason we project is to get in touch with our own unconscious. We
Yeah,
make them into that aspect of ourselves so we can reconcile it. And the real resolution here is you being in that scene completely free of they need to get it and I have to answer their questions or it means I'm stupid or there's something missing.
Totally.
It's
Totally.
like you without that is just you there. I can answer questions or I could say, yeah, I'm not going to answer that question right now. Or hey,
Right.
we're not doing questions right now. And I'm totally unconflicted. Then I
Right.
don't need to actually separate from the experience anymore and I'll start to resolve. And that
Yeah.
won't become a track. That's not a track anymore. Right. So we start at the beginning. So go in again and be with that tutor. And again, I just don't want to bypass this, like, whether it's conscious or not, the moment that something hits like I'm stupid because I don't have the right answer, I'm not getting it right, we will create evidence for that for the rest of our lives until we don't. So we'll find little things that we lack. We'll
Tanya,
find things.
come.
Oh,
More oatmeal.
Tamara. Okay, you're muted. Let's just put a little rule on here where no one can unmute. 1 second. I'm sorry. Um, okay. Okay. No, they can't unmute. Okay. So stay in that scene. And again, I just wanted to first acknowledge because this doesn't happen at our own choice. The program turns on and we create more evidence for it. So we'll either avoid being seen as stupid, which might cause us to shut down, close off, be ingenuine, right? We might be jealous or compare ourselves to people that just get it right or that aren't stupid, right? So this whole way of kind of being will carry with us, and then eventually we'll put it onto others, right? Oh, you're stupid, you're just not getting it,
Mhm.
and that whole arc is exhausting, and we want to resolve it right at the root.
Right.
But first, we're just understanding this is what it looks like. This is how it's shown up. This is kind of how I've lived my life subtly in the background. So now be in that scene. This is also going to play into the self-evaluation because I'm stupid is
Yeah.
one DHS away from intellectual self-evaluation.
100%. Yeah.
Right. So all it takes is another example of that that's perceived slightly different, and boom, it hits the neck.
Yeah.
So, and that one might just be deeper. It might be like, if I'm stupid, then I'm
Right.
not good enough. And
Right.
that's the self-evaluation
Yeah.
hitting deeper. Yeah. So be in that scene with her. She's getting upset and just freeze it and get really still and just freeze that frame where she's getting angry. And don't try to get this answer right. Don't be the good student now. Just see that moment and just see what comes. I'm stupid. Is it true? Just in that scene with the tutor.
Uh,
If there's a yes, we'll follow it. We want to follow it if it's a yes, but if it's a no, it's a no. Just see what's there.
for some reason, I want to say no.
Mm-hmm.
It's right now. I literally just see her frozen. I see her eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and I see her like anger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like my body is more reacting to her reaction than it
Mm-hmm.
is to my own intellect.
Mm-hmm. So looking back now, her getting angry at you for not understanding the math problem, whatever it was, does that mean that you're stupid? Just in that scene, that you're stupid? Just yes or no?
No.
No. Now, before we go any further with the no. Again, who do you become in that scene when it's a yes? What does it look like to be you?
Small,
Mm-hmm.
insecure,
Mm-hmm.
attacked.
Mm-hmm. And where does that hit you, that feeling?
My heart and solar plexus
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
sacral area, lower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that smallness, shutting down, I would assert that that's happened thousands of times since then, even in micro moments.
Yeah,
And that's what you've been carrying. That's what is keeping the program turned on because every time that happens, that visceral reaction, it goes, you need protection. I'll adapt the eyes to help you separate from this thing to protect you. And we're going to investigate if you really need that protection or not.
right.
Right. So be in that scene again. See her anger. If someone's angry at me, does it mean I'm stupid?
No,
No. If I don't understand something, am I stupid?
no.
So be in that scene as the little girl and see her in her anger. And in the absence of I'm stupid, if you couldn't believe that, what changes in that scene?
I don't understand something.
Mm-hmm. And how do you change towards her, towards how you see her?
If I don't understand something.
No, if in the absence of the belief, I'm stupid, see her anger. And if you couldn't believe that I'm stupid, this means I'm stupid, I must be stupid, take that out of the scene
Yeah,
and just see her and what changes in how you see her without that thought.
this is your issue.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, she was
Uh,
projecting on me.
mhm. And I'll just do a quick turnaround for fun. I don't actually believe this, but just for fun, I'm stupid in that scene. She's stupid in that scene.
Right,
She's stupid for believing I need to understand something I don't. I mean, someone either understands or they don't. If I fight against someone who doesn't understand something, I
right,
don't understand that they just don't understand.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think too, this probably manifested in my eyes because I never cried in the
Mm.
moment. I never
Mm-hmm.
cried. Like, I cried later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't cry in kindergarten when it happened. I didn't cry, when my tutor did what she did, or I didn't cry when my first grade teacher like called me out,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of crazy when I think about the like inner strength
Mm-hmm.
or resilience I had to keep it all back.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And I'd say what you're doing right now is the real strength,
oh, for sure.
right? Because it's like you're crying for every moment that she held back her tears now, which is like setting her free and saying, no, that's totally okay.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I've cried about it like in my adult life before, like through breath work
Mm-hmm.
or like, whatever things.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously this is a different we're doing a different experience here.
Yeah. And what we want to realize is what did you want to separate from more? in that scene. So be in that scene with her. Is it paper with shapes on it that we call homework? Is it her being angry? Or is it the thought, I'm stupid, but I won't let myself cry or acknowledge it. I'll just shut down and close down. What did you actually want to separate from the most?
I think just the room. Her like it just I just wanted to get out.
Hmm. But what I'm suggesting is you wanted to get out because of what you were feeling, right? That
Right.
that feeling of I'm not, I'm stupid, maybe I'm not safe, which I'd say I'm not safe comes with all of our context. There's a degree of danger, feeling in danger.
Yeah.
That just comes with like the isolation, the overwhelm piece. So it's like this, like what you're feeling right now, the willingness to feel it and acknowledge it. Number one tells us, oh yeah, I don't have to separate from this. You know, I don't have to separate from this. We Velcro these feelings to situations and people, and that's how they become a track, right? So I just want to acknowledge that, what's coming up now is the core of it. And when I don't need to separate from it, I might have a totally different relationship to the room, to teachers, to this kind of thing. So I just want to take you back, be in that scene again, see her. She's angry. The first interpretation is I'm stupid. Look at who I become. Then look at how it's repeated throughout history. It's painful. It's like I have to adapt or I shut down. And I just want to hear your words one more time. Be in that room with her and just be there without the thought, I'm stupid. If you couldn't believe it, and tell me again what changes in that scene for you.
Um, I have compassion
Mm-hmm.
for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's showing you what she believes about herself, right? That if someone doesn't understand something, then that's wrong. And they need to be forced into learning. Sounds like probably what she believed about herself, because that's what we put onto others. Punishment for getting it wrong. Maybe she experienced that. I don't know. But just see her, like, see her face, see, like you said, those eyes. And without I'm stupid, what do you see?
I, I mean, I just see her anger and frustration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just be in that moment. She's angry and frustrated, and I don't understand. Are you in danger? Is your life in danger? Is it not safe? I know it felt not safe for the little girl, but looking back now, are you not safe?
No, I was safe.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so just be in that scene. Do you need to separate from it? Is there like the only way for me to be okay is I just need to separate and get away? If you couldn't believe I'm stupid, do you need to get away? You might want to, but do you need to get away from that scene? No. I just
My
want to look at, go ahead.
my left hand just grabbed her hand
Mm-hmm.
to let her know it's okay.
Mm-hmm. This is the opposite of separating, isn't it?
Yeah.
I need to separate. I need to get closer, right? I need to open. The initial reaction is I need to close. And we're just looking at the opposite. If it's not true that I'm stupid, what has to be going on in her head for her to get so angry that she would smack just an innocent little girl that just doesn't understand? Every single child, there's things they don't understand. So, what a world she lives in. The guilt and the shame of that.
Right.
So, it's like, I need to separate. We take the opposite. I need to get closer. And I mean that just energetically, can be physically too, but it's like, actually, let me open to you. What's going on for you? Are you okay? I don't understand. You're right. That's true. And this is just the undefended self. Yes, I don't understand. Are you what's going on? It's like some act of opening.
Yeah, in this scenario, she's softening
Hmm.
and she is asking if I need a break.
Hmm. And now just notice from that point forward, if it was completely okay for you not to understand something, if you made it okay for you, how
Right.
different those future scenarios would have been. Oh, do I have to go to the bathroom? Or can I just say, I don't understand. Can you help me now?
Right.
Right? Doesn't mean I'm stupid. And you're also allowed to get frustrated. I don't need to separate from that. Right?
Right. It's sort of like if only we tended to each student's needs emotionally
Mm-hmm.
instead of in a mass situation.
Mm-hmm. And it's also you tending to yourself emotionally in the sense that we are the worst tenders to ourselves historically because we believe things that aren't true and we don't even know we're believing them. And we constantly jab ourselves even if we can't necessarily see it. So if I believe I'm stupid, I'm not tending for me emotionally,
Right.
right? So we just go to you first, go, what would change, let's say from that point up until now, that whole timeline, kind of like what would change in the absence of I'm stupid. And somehow it's like, I need to get the right answer. I need to get it right. What would change in the absence of that, even for you now?
I would just have more patience, love, and understanding for myself.
Hmm.
And I guess to make it easier on myself in certain situations, kind of set the foundation for what
Hmm.
people can expect out of a experience or
Hmm. Yeah. Because what I see too is like something around getting the right answer,
yeah,
right? So we just look at our life now. It's like, is there any time where I step into that role where it's my job to give the right answer? And even if there's a subtle pressure to do that, it will eventually lead to overwhelm.
right,
And when we go to overwhelm, we end up getting frazzled. And then we do the thing that we're trying to avoid. We forget, we give the wrong answer, we have to pull away. We end up recreating this like micro moment of if I got it wrong or I'm stupid or something like this.
right.
So now where we're going is just who would I be without all of that? If it wasn't my job to give them the right answer, it's not my job. If it's not my job to, um, I'll just start with that. If it's just not my job to give them the right answer.
It would just be more freeing,
Mm-hmm.
less responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, people are always like, "Oh, Marguerite is so good at this," or "She's a master at that." And like, ah, it's like, I hate that. I hate being put on that pedestal
Mm-hmm.
because I know students learn from teachers and teachers learn from students.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
uh,
But here's one thing that also happens with people that get put on pedestals is the person put on the pedestal ends up disappointing those students because this is what happens with all pedestals. You put them in a superhuman category and then eventually you realize they're human and you go, what the heck? I thought you were
right,
a master. I thought you had it all together. And it's like, it can create the pressure to live up to it, which is impossible, which then leads to the opposite experience, you know? So I'm just seeing it through the lens of if someone pedestalizes me and I let them down, it could be more proof that I didn't get it right or that I'm stupid or something of this nature. But I also like the opposite of that is I look forward and I'm totally open to letting you down. I mean, that's where the freedom is. Because
right,
I know eventually if you spend enough time with me, I'm
yeah,
gonna let you down because you're gonna have expectations I can't control. I actually look forward to it because
right,
it has nothing to do with me. And now you can get in relationship with me, not your pedestalized version of me.
right. And I tend to struggle with saying I don't know
Well, there it is.
to
Yep.
people who are trying to learn from me.
Mhm. Yeah, of course. I mean, the little girl was literally smacked and attacked for not knowing.
Right,
That DHS turned on and it's still there. The essence of it is still there because the symptoms are still there. So there's still going to be this interpretation of like it's bad or wrong or dangerous to not know.
yeah. And sometimes I say I don't know, but I actually do know. It's just lost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so it's okay to say in this moment I don't remember, or I don't know. There
Yeah,
in this moment that's still true. It's okay. It's going to come back to you, but in this moment nothing's there.
right,
So just try this on now, bringing that moment in time to now. If someone asks you something and you don't know, does it mean you're stupid?
no,
No. Does it mean you're not getting it right?
no,
No. Who would you be in the absence of I need to know in order to not be stupid or to be enough? I need to know. Who would you be in the absence of that with these clients?
I mean, I would just feel more free. I guess that's the
Hmm.
word that just keeps popping up for me. Freedom, free.
Yeah.
I would be more accepting.
Hmm.
Uh,
Because watch how this all works too. If if they want me to know something and I need me to know something that I don't know, and that's a burden and that becomes overwhelming, then eventually I'll make it their fault for not knowing. Right? It's like you should know. But
right,
it's not that they should know. It's that because they don't know and I put the pressure on me to know, then
right,
it might seem easier just to give them all the answers in a pamphlet because that'll alleviate my role, me from having to know and respond and, get it right. But the thing is no matter what, we're going to keep getting kind of a mirror of our identity. So if there's up to now, if there was still this like I'm stupid and I need to know, I'm going to get people that are going to give me evidence that I still have to know. And and sometimes I can't know, therefore I'm stupid or it's overwhelming. Like I have to keep attracting that version of it until I resolve.
right.
So just try it again, see if you can experience it, be in a scene with those clients and just be there in the absence of I need to know and I need to give them the right answers. And if I don't, I'm stupid. Be there without all of that and what changes.
I am calmer.
Mm-hmm.
I feel more grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, kind of stand in my power, but not in an authoritarian way.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that scene something you feel like you have to separate from to be okay?
No.
No. And see, this is a difference between problem solution and problem dissolution. Problem solution says just separate when you need to. And it's all about the action. This goes one layer deeper. You can still separate if you want to separate, but it's investigating why we believe we need to separate. Is there something truly threatening? Which 9 times out of 10, there's not. But when I have this lens on that I've carried with me for most of my life that says it's wrong or bad to not know, or I'm stupid if I don't know, then there's this subtle pressure on me, and their questions exacerbate it. Their questions bring it out. And I want to separate from them, but I'm really wanting to separate from this context, this identity. I'm stupid, or it's bad or wrong if I don't know,
Right.
right? So I'll give you one more thing, but this is what living resolution is for you. It's actually living this in those scenarios. It's living from this place of who would I be in the absence of what, kindergarten me uh, made this mean. Who would I be in the absence of that? It's living that. That's what resolution will look in every area of your life. That's what resolution looks like for you. But I'll give one more example of what I call the undefended self, because this is another way that we go from needing to separate to actually fully connecting and being with someone.
Yep.
And that's actually where the safety is. So this is the undefended self. So I'm going to be you. I'm going to be you in this situation with your clients. Okay.
Yep.
So they're asking a bunch of questions. You're feeling overwhelmed. Hey, everyone. I'm feeling overwhelmed right now because I have this belief that says if I don't know, or if I don't give you the right answer, I'm stupid, or there's something wrong with me, or I'm not good enough. And when I believe that, I either shut down or get small or close, or I judge you, or I want to make you aware of all of these things to alleviate myself of the pressure. But these are the expectations I then put on you, and then you let me down. And that has nothing to do with you. And if you felt any of that from me, I'm sorry. I'm realizing now it's not true that I'm stupid. And it's not true that my job is just to always get it right and give you the right answer. And I'm working on it. I'm working on just being really honest in the moment without that judgment. What does that feel like?
So good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it's true, right?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they get to see you. And everyone on this call, you can open your eyes if you'd like, Marguerite. Everyone on this call, just put in the chat what you see in Marguerite, because that what I just shared is just a pointer. The words don't matter as much as it's like, okay, hey, I'm going to authentically reveal myself here. And once we see that it's not scary, what we also see is it's actually super safe to be seen in our deeper experience. Like when that little girl's like wanted to cry but didn't cry. This is you now totally opening to that your inner experience. And guess what? They're probably going to want to send more people to you. Oh my God, this person, they're so honest. Oh, yeah, I don't need all the right answers. Oh, yeah, like it's totally okay if she doesn't know. And that's, you're going to create evidence and go, oh my God, like I can just be this honest and vulnerable. And actually, I'm more magnetic. People want to be closer to me. It's not dangerous. That's the lived experience.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at some of these messages here. The most open and beautiful human from your sister.
Thanks, sis.
Ellen Ellen says, it's an honor to witness you, Marguerite. I see freedom and authenticity in you. I'm inspired by how liberating inquiry is for your perception. I see a radiant, relaxed smile. I see so much self-awareness and compassion for self. This is amazing. I see an evolved, intelligent woman who looks honest. I tell to tell me she doesn't know, but can find out the answer. Yeah. Yeah. How intelligent is it to be like, because I think intelligence and honesty are the same thing. Do you know? Nope. Why is that the smartest thing to say? Because it's the most true. So let's redefine what intelligence is.
Intelligence is your truth.
Yeah, just the truth of the moment. Yeah, I don't know. So then it's like if that's actually the most intelligent thing, can I have my arms totally wide open to being seen, not knowing? Because it's actually the most honest thing. And if that's my goal, that's a totally different context. Not here to get it right. I'm not here to answer your questions. I'm just here to be honest.
Yeah, just here to be me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what resolution looks like for you. It's just you being you without the context that causes us that subtle adapting. I need to separate the overwhelm. It's just you in the absence of that, which, again, like you said, it should feel freeing, should feel open, should feel honest. That's just the unconflicted you. And that's what will show your body as soon as you start living that, will show your body, oh, we don't need this adaptation anymore. We're actually safe. Um, we can heal now.
Right. Thank you so much, Brandon.
Yeah, you're
And
so
to all of
welcome.
you for your amazing comments and, you know, listening and yeah, this is definitely helpful for sure.
Good. Well, let us know. We will have a follow up. So we have another session. So, what I want your assignment is sit in that question and think, okay, in my job, maybe there's certain people in my life, certain areas where this kind of conflict theme comes up. Who would I be? What would change in that scenario in the absence of I'm stupid and I need to get it right or I need to know? Who would I be in the absence of that? And maybe there's some immediate things that would change. Oh, maybe I'd change the pamphlet. Maybe I'd have this announcement in the beginning. Maybe, you know, I don't know what it is for you, but just ask that question. And now all of a sudden you're going to start coming up either with different, like practical approaches to things. That's on one level. The other level is you might just not go in bracing for impact and you might literally just enjoy it more and just live in the absence of this context and see what it's like. And we want to go actually give you time to experience life in that way to see, does it still come up, or I think you moved through it fully here, but we just want to go live it now. And the more that we live it, we just then see how the body responds. And you could expect, um, if we've fully resolved it, you can expect a flare up, but it might be the last one. Hopefully, that's what we're going for. So we want to celebrate if there is a flare up. That means you're going into a healing phase, and we want to track it and go from there.
Oh, amazing. I
Good work.
feel so good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Feel like I need to like dance now.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, go dance. That's great.
Um,
Yeah.
so we're an hour earlier tomorrow, right?
Oh, do I
Friday.
have you tomorrow? Okay, so then maybe what we'll do, again, I'm also winging these challenges as we go. I want to give you, when's your next, I mean, for you specifically, because it's also tied to work, when do you work with clients next? Today? Tomorrow?
Uh, no, well, in what we're talking about, October 12th.
Oh, okay, that's a
It's a
little while.
group thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any other areas that come to mind when I ask the question, what would change in certain relationships or whatnot, like seeing certain people, being seen? Is there anything else that can serve as like a living resolution um, example besides that work?
Uh,
Like any other area where it's like, I need to get it right, I can't get it wrong, or it's hard for me to say I don't know, I'm feeling stupid, right? That whole theme. Is there any other area that shows up now, or is it just primarily in work?
no, it's really primarily in work,
Okay.
or like going on Instagram and saying something, you know.
hmm hmm
Uh,
And are you your own boss?
yeah.
Do you partner with anyone? Like, is
I
it just you and
collaborate.
clients?
I collaborate with some
Okay.
people, but
Uh-huh.
sometimes, you know, um, like sometimes my sister will help me with a job or somebody
hmm
will help me with the job, but otherwise, if I'm not collaborating with somebody, then I run the show on my own.
hmm hmm Okay. What I'm looking for is there someone work related that you can just reveal this deeper layer to in and again, if it's just a work relationship, that might not be genuine, but I'm looking at like a way of actually letting yourself be seen because this is connected to the conflict theme in this very particular way that can be intentional. And we don't want to contrive it. It's only if it's natural. Like if I have a meaningful relationship and within that relationship, there were times where I was like, oh, the shutdown happened or the hard to say I don't know happened. I
Right.
can go back to that and go, hey, I don't know if you notice this, but when this happens, this is what I do, and I'm working on it, and it's not the most authentic me, and I want to just share it just for the sake of our friendship. Is one way to start letting that part be seen because this is part of the conflict theme. If that doesn't feel genuine, you don't have to force it. You can just wait until you start to live it with your clients, and we go from there.
Yeah, I could dabble. Like one of my collaborators, I recently, a few months ago, opened up to without the intention of it happening.
hmm
I could talk to him about it deeper, and he has the same wound as I do,
hmm
which is kind
hmm
of crazy.
Makes
Um,
perfect sense.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I could go deeper with that, or I could also just do the scenario that you kind of shared and kind of practice embodying
hmm hmm
it all more.
Yeah. So I would just say both.
Yeah.
Why not? Like, why not? It can bring you and that person closer. It could be healing for him as well.
Yeah.
And it's just practice. You can even frame it as like I'm just practicing, like actually letting the I don't know be okay. The like all of it being seen, so I don't have to separate. In
Right.
fact, I could find closeness even with these thoughts. I can find closeness here. So
Right.
that could be helpful.
Yeah. I know we're over time, so I want to
Yeah,
respect your time and everybody else's. But
awesome. Well, great work, Marguerite.
thank you, Brandon.